scored by Lionel Messi or somebody else around the world, it would have been on a loop. It was a fantastic goal. But back to Locadia, you just can't make those kind of emotional mistakes on this day or in this World Cup.
The foot inside, and Brown has found the gap and gone through it. Straight across, and Curacao just about scramble it clear and look to break away, and this is where they can be dangerous. And Everett Fonville set sprawling.
You said it, Paul, they have runners, so if Germany overcommits here tonight, they have guys that can break out in wide positions, up front as well. Here's the foul. So it's really about survival here in the first minutes of this one for Curacao, but when that ball turns over, the Germans have to be very, very conscious that there are footballers that can move, that can run, and can hit in transition.
Coming in here with a lovely ball down the line. Locadia looking to cause a problem. He's followed closely by Schoenberg. Chong. And calmly intercepted by Brown. But you can feel the energy from the Curacao supporters in here, and the players clearly feeding on it. As we see Julian Nagelsmann, the youngest head coach at this FIFA World Cup, facing the oldest, Dick Advocat. 40 years between them.
Incredible storyline, and of course, Nagelsmann in Germany, everything scrutinized beyond belief. Dick Advocat is the experienced hand. He has shown belief to these young players and older players in Curacao. It's a project he wanted to be a part of. And he met with Eloy Roux, the goalkeeper, prior to it. And Eloy Roux walked away from that meeting as an old member of this team and a veteran, saying, wow, I love the support that he feels. He really feels he can take us to the World Cup, and thus he did.
Vince, or Musiala. Over the back by Leandro Bacuna, who was looking to drive away, but was stopped in his tracks. Musiala, who's still getting back to full fitness. There is a feeling he's not quite where he needs to be yet. Having broken his leg in the States. And last summer's Club World Cup following a collision with the goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma. And Musiala's inclusion has been a hot topic in the build-up to this game. Some very notable, high-profile people in the media, all pundits, having their say on whether Musiala should start, but there was absolutely no doubt in Julian Nagelsmann's mind that he was going to play from the off.
It's almost more than Lothar Matthäus, but I think different. Yeah, why not? These guys are all pretty big. I mean, these guys are all legends of the game. I mean, that's what made Germany one of this country's great soccer playing nations. Everybody's got an opinion.
Bacuna, the straight ball down the middle. Schlotterbeck there to intercept. Oh, lovely ball coming from Brown, and suddenly Germany are in danger here. What that was for Obispo. Now it's Musiala. Brown. Curacao on the back foot. Mecha. Vince. Mecha again! Stunning goal! Wonderfully taken by Felix Mecha. Germany in business in their opening match. The first goal in Houston's World Cup story is scored by one of the oldest names in the book, Germany.
Felix Mecha plays a tournament, only his 9th cap here tonight for Germany. But watch how they carve this space out. And this is just, it almost looks so casual. They can't get pressure on the ball. This is curled around the defender. This is an incredible look into the side netting. This is German technical efficiency at its best. And you know what it means to these guys to get off to a good start, because every team is respected in a World Cup, a goal of class.
Some strike now. Felix Mecha. Not a lot that Eloy Roux can do about it. Thankfully, the kind of start to the game the Germans were looking for. Musiala, they're hungry for more. Still Musiala. There's Pavlovic now. Germany getting in the groove. Corner.
Saw him get off the team bus ball, and boy, the looks on everybody's face walking into the stadium tonight, it was so businesslike. And that's sort of what the Germans are known for here. But to get this early goal is kind of a momentum crusher for Curacao.
The cup leading Curacao. His third World Cup as a coach, having been in charge of the Netherlands and Korea Republic in 1994 and 2006 respectively. Brought the Netherlands to the last 8.
Another thing you could say about him is that he knows America very well, played in the North American Soccer League for the Chicago State. For him to come back here after coaching the Netherlands in '94, he made that very clear. He's come to Houston with Curacao prior to this. The dream was kind of sold to the city here. Here they are back in the city where they've had a lot of great things happen in the World Cup.
It's Musiala. Mecha looking for another one. That was hit wickedly and viciously.
Curaçao's got to get out and get pressure on the ball here. It's coming way too late. And Metch is finding himself in great pockets of space here with great shooting opportunities here. Had the power, didn't have the accuracy. But again, getting into really, really good positions, pushing higher. He's tall, physical. This is what he does. He gets into great goal-scoring positions out midfield.
Actually suffered a knee ligament injury in March for his match here that put his place in doubt. Here he is firmly in the frame. He's formed a really good partnership with Pavlovic in that midfield anchor role. Oh, something big but blocked it by Sancho Hansen. Brown getting back at him. Germans unflustered and back on it with Joshua Kimmich.
Love Nathaniel Brown at left back for Germany. It's only his 6th cap here today, but he's got that one thing that a lot of people don't have. It's called recoverability, and he can turn the Jets on.
Jonathan Tah into Havertz, held it up well. Brown. Beards stepping on the inside of Floranus. Into Musiala, little flick inside. It's tiptoed his way through, too much traffic in front. And a rare perhaps for Curacao at long last, but Kimmich says no. Zane. Curacao at the moment struggling to keep pace.
He hasn't felt the need to get into midfield yet. We're pretty much holding down on the right side of the field here. We will see him float into different positions. At some point, it'll be like a two of them.
There he goes.
Just wave after wave of attacks here. Trying to get through. This is Curacao at this point. Zane has got to be a big piece of this World Cup for Germany. It's just so wide. Curacao defender is really
Can be a polarizing figure. Zane. Big reason just doesn't deliver enough in the big tournament. There's absolutely no doubt of his quality. Just look at his CV, that was only that.
That's remarkable. And of course, he was up sitting with Pep Guardiola. We saw him score one of the goals against the U.S. in that 2-1 win in their last friendly. They thought that was a great match and a great tune-up for them coming into this tonight.
All Germany so far. Schlotterbeck is here. Pavlovic. Flips in towards Matcher, well started again. opportunity comes his way, but he will be really well positioned.
He's playing like a forward right now. I mean, he's going to be the guy that joins in the attack. We've seen it already twice, and we've seen his goal. Pavlovic will be the one that does the more balancing and controlling. This is a night where he's going to get forward the line and has already.
Played for Brighton and Hove Albion in England. He was their club record signing at the time, Jurgen Harvey.
That's just a glorious look at this finish. Pinpoint accuracy. Wrapped his foot around it.
Busy day of World Cup action today. This game opening up proceedings in Group E, Cote d'Ivoire, taking on Ecuador later in Philadelphia. Netherlands against Japan, Sweden against Tunisia to come from Group F as well. Shot Anderson Top. To him. One of the Curacao's containment exercise. Behind the ball. Germany have got the tools to unlock them. Schlotterbeck. Brown. Wirtz hugging that far touchline. Wirtz stepping on the inside for it. That's a main fly. Not far away.
Well, that man there, Florian Wirtz, has got to have a great World Cup for Germany if they're going far in this. Definitely a needed man here. He's an all-around footballer. That just doesn't have enough bend on it. But cutting in from the left on his right foot obviously is something that he's mastered. It's a big piece of his game. It's something you have to really look at. But his chance creation has to be a big part of Germany in this World Cup. And it starts today.
Nino Bakuna for Curacao as they make an entry into the German half of the field at long last. It's Kimmich with ball in hand. Obispo. Back to Manuel Neuer. So he becomes Germany's oldest player. I'm sure he's thrilled with that particular statistic.
Good story, right? Coming out of retirement to play, and everybody was saying, of course, he's coming to play. He's not coming here to be on the bench.
So they're through to match up. There's the fullback, but Lorenzo Bakuna in the way of that one. And you see the two brothers combine moving for a well out. It's a decent looking ball. Well read by Schlotterbeck.
Here's South fans looking nuts ball. We put it through the legs of a German player nearly put one of his teammates through. We have to talk about Leandro Bakuna. 72 caps today, 73rd captain. He's been a big part of this whole project, and this goal, and this hoping possibility of getting Curacao to a World Cup.
It's been an amazing journey for them. Speaking to some Curacao fans before the game, they were so excited. It was brilliant. And telling you that it takes literally an hour to go from the east of the island to the west of the island. Watching a game here and watching the next game as well before they come to enjoy the party no matter what happens out on the field. And so it should be. Here's Jonathan Tuff. Not today. Kimmich.
mentioned that the party has not stopped in Curacao since they qualified after making a little draw against Jamaica and CONCACAF. And you can see it with the fans. You can get that island vibe here in the stadium. A lot of people learn geography about Curacao. Being one of the ABC islands off South America that all have Dutch influence. And it's ironic that the Netherlands is here also.
Indeed so, playing in this stadium in the not so distant future. And Sweden. Going back to that game against Jamaica. And Curacao secured their spot for these finals. And their hearts skipped a beat in stoppage time because they conceded a penalty, which was then overturned by VAR. Shot. He was fouled. Curacao get the free kick.
It's got an elusive nature to him. There's Mathieu, your goal scorer, who's been really pushing high in this game. But this is one of the assets that Sean has, is to get out of pressure, draw fouls. He's going to want to do that closer to the German goal. Set pieces could be a big piece here today for Curacao. Right now, it's really stay in this game. Remain within touching distance.
Shogli Bazoua, who actually plays in the Turkish Super League with Konyaspor. Given on him a very aggressive centre-back, number 23 in Curacao blue.
When you mentioned some of the younger ones for Curacao, Bazoura is one of the younger ones.
Stolen by Juninho Pacuna. Now a chance for Valencia to drive forward, and the blue shirts are joining him in there. Can he find the right cross? Tahith Chum behind it. Lacania. Juninho Pacuna, challenge from Musiala. And that's Leandro Pacuna. And it's wild, and it's wide.
But it's a confidence-building attack from Curacao. Yes, Leandro Pacuna got underneath. This kind of slices it. You can tell his technique doesn't work for him there. But let's talk about the build-up, and let's talk about putting a circle around that and saying this is a good moment for them in this game. And they're saying, hey, look, we can play a bit of football against Germany as well.
And the fans around us absolutely loving it. Look at the smiles on the faces.
We're almost in the Curacao section here. This is wonderful.
Matchup. Brown. Now Florian Wirtz. Looking for options in the middle, looking for Havertz. It skids away from him.
Well, Wirtz was the big signing for Liverpool from Bayer Leverkusen. Was on that team that didn't lose Leverkusen a single Bundesliga match as you look at Manuel Neuer. And Wirtz has had injury issues and things. Kind of a hit or miss. Real high moments for Liverpool, and some tough times as well this year. But so much dependency on him for Germany.
We'll be working with a new coach, of course, when he heads back to the English Premier League. Tony Iraola taking the reins following the departure of Arnaslot. This is Obispo for Curacao, looking to spread it to the right and spread it. Who does? Valencia, nudging behind towards Hansen. There's the carrier, and that's the shot!
History in Houston! A nation of scarcely more than 100,000 souls has just silenced millions. Germany won, Curacao won. Manuel Neuer, upon his return, is beaten. Open possibility for space opens up here. Outside, one-time ball. Lacania's swing and a miss just comes gratuitously. And this this is a great hit from Valencia. His third international goal. It skips up there, as you can see, over the two outstretched hands. Look at uppercut. And what a moment here. It is history for Curacao, their first ever World Cup goal.
One can only imagine what the seas are like on that tiny little Caribbean island. And here they come again. Lucadia, the angle against him, 12 steps across. Wow. Wow.
Lucadia wins out. There's no penalty here. But this is just amazing emotion and momentum now flowing behind the blue wave. Goes down too easy there with top.
There's a lady just then to my right, a few rows away, dabbing her eye with her scarf. I think those around us can scarcely believe what they've just seen as we hit the hydration break. And all the noise you can hear is coming from the Curacao fans. Well, we can draw breath a little bit, but what a story.
This is incredible. I mean, we just had a Curacao flag being waved right in front of us here. But it's ironic here because now you get a hydration break. They had a lot of momentum. Maybe that slightly kills it. And for Germany, it's an opportunity for Julian Nagelsmann to talk to his team. But this is what now 4 quarters of soccer does. It's potentially a safety net for you, and it's potentially something that'll allow you to kind of have your momentum killed here. And, you know, it was amazing after the goal how quickly Curacao again is getting to goal here. You saw a look there at Baumann, and Baumann for a year was the goalkeeper for Julian Nagelsmann, and then all of a sudden at the last minute, here's a great look at this goal. Just with it skipped. You'll see this skip off the knee of a German defender, and I think it was Schlotterbeck, and changed the trajectory of the ball. Looked like Neuer had his hands where they should be, and it just slashed above his hands into the back of the net like a bloody orb. What a moment.
The youngest in the squad gets their first ever World Cup goal with their first shot on target.
Well, he's one considered the breakout talent for Curacao.
Manuel Neuer ready to restart us here, not the return to the international fold that he had envisaged. Hadn't kept a clean sheet in his previous 7 World Cup appearances. He will not be getting one today. Jonathan Tah for Germany. Kimmich. Sane. Watched closely by Fonville, who's a really good athlete, the number 24.
Nice deep shape. The way right now Curacao is set up. But that passing lanes. It's a mismatch there.
Matchup on to Musiala. And he's got company now from Leandro Bacuna. Musiala doing his best to get away the assistant flagging. And it will be a free kick to Germany.
But he does well there. He's besieged by a couple of Curacao defenders, including Bacuna. There's a dangerous free kick set this up. They've obviously got target center backs and forward. Todd Schotterbecker in danger. This is man-to-man marking here from Curacao for the most part.
Into elevation on that shot. Excellent save from Roux.
Well, they found the man they wanted to find. Eloy Roux comes up with a big save like he has so many times before for Curacao. This is a great lead, great timing. And Eloy Roux sees that all the way in the end, just helps him out over the crossbar.
Brown to deliver. Watched out by Roux. Covered by Vince. Into Musiala, who tried to flip, didn't come off. He's got it now though. He's away from Bacuna. But sliding in was Armando Obispo.
But great work from Musiala. Gets himself into the penalty area. He's got to be treated here differently. That's how he earned the corner at the end of that play. To allude to, Joe has elusive nature. Something he's got to do today against a very compact defense.
On deep again towards Schlotterbeck again, who wins it again. Curacao managed to clear out for a throw, but that's twice now that Schlotterbeck has got on the end of that ball in. Tough. Yes, who's spots on the right now. Roberts, Kimmich. Corner right in the middle, hoping for the ball to come over. It's Sane. It's rolling into Pavlovic. And what a block. Valencia putting himself in a line of fire.
This time it was Pavlovic sneaking in out of midfield. And very good to pick him out from Zane. It was the right pass at the right time. And the pressure continues here. Take a lot of the set pieces, the corners. Schlotterbeck's got a head on it the last two times for Germany.
Valencia is the one who's keeping an eye on Schlotterbeck here, who's making his move now. He's peeled away to the far post again, but Valencia flips it away. Here's Fonville. With his reach, Tahir charging it well.
Reaches up. Wakani was wide open on the other side of the field.
Another minute shot. Nice good play from Vince. Dropping into defensive mode there. Taken on the turn now by Pavlovic. Schlotterbeck. Curacao have to get back into position. Zane driving in field. Coming in here on just the right spot. And that might just give Curacao the opportunity to fill themselves and flick round the corner from Bacuna. Mechuk.
That sequence from Curacao won that ball. Would have been a nice moment to get a little bit more possession, a little confidence through passing. Maybe slow it down a little bit. Now you've lost the ball. You're already back here in a defensive posture. But Germany's got to look for the moments when the shape of Curacao is pulled out. Maybe they're a little bit overcommitted. And they have to act quickly.
Musiala in the pocket. Jackson to Chong. Between the legs. Florian Wirtz. Straight ball through the middle. Onto it! Great ball! And all the two of yet though. Bonville looking to clear out for touch. More heroic defending.
No wave throwing every ounce of slavery at Germany today here in the first half. It's just a big space. It's just I didn't need a pass. Pick out that run, but just last ditch defending and key blocks has to be a part of the game here today for Curacao. And you got to be willing to do it. And they are more than willing, I think, Paul.
Bonville. Oh, that's nice. It's a pity. Just got away from Bonville, but the idea was a nice one. Pavlovic of Bayern Munich, one of several from the Bavarian club in this squad. Wirtz of Liverpool. Much inside matchup. Zane. Pavlovic is on the scene. This is Kimmich. And that can be allowed to run behind. And so Mr. Kimmich not happy with the referee who got in his way for a moment.
Dick Advocat, the experience he has brought here, had to leave the coaching threshold real quick. This was the Eli Rook save on Schlotterbeck. He has had some magical moments in goal for Curacao. Really was the first player from the Netherlands to start recruiting the others. And then Dick Advocat came on the scene. So he is the elder statesman of this team. He's a spokesperson for it. He's a huge, huge leader. And
every minute,
a recruiter.
Yeah. And he played every minute. He qualified all 10 matches, 6 clean sheets. Curacao with a free kick here in German territory. Bazoa. Obispo. Now Leandro Laguna. Joint most capped player.
I like what Laguna has done here right now. He just slows it down, puts his foot on it. Let's get a little confidence through passing here. Let's take it to the other side of relief and belief.
There you go. Obispo. Sneaking out answer. Kimmich goes out to engage. Referee in the way again. Danilo Laguna sidestepping matchup. Well, we won't be on his line, but rather ambitious to have a go from there.
Yeah, but I like it because it does show a level of confidence. 3 goals in World Cup qualifying for Danilo Laguna. But again, that is a little bit of what Curacao is. They do like to try things that are a bit unique. Dick Advocat came in and said, listen, we're not changing things culturally. We are going to add some discipline and organization in certain areas. And that's been a beautiful average.
62% possession so far for the Germans. Will usually look for a forward pass. Musiala. Round off through, out on the left. Wirtz let it go. Pavlovic. Kimmich. Pavlovic again. Now it's matchup. And now it's Kai Havertz. He's got to away for the corner.
Well, it's interesting. Matcha has now dropped a little bit deeper. Pavlovic is now joining in a little bit more, so they kind of flip-flop roles here. Insular here off the left foot of the ground. Goes all the way across the field to take the point.
All you can take it, Nathaniel Brown, the referee. Some word with Musiala and Flores. Brown delivering. Four stars on the shirt, 2 goals on the board now.
Curacao fully aware of Schlotterbeck before this game. You know that. 2 quarters, he got his head on him, and this time, boy, that's a glancing header. He's on the move. That's the key to this. He's being on the move and meeting this beautiful delivery. He is completely on mark. That's bread and butter for Nico Schlotterbeck. That's a big goal to grab a little bit of the momentum back, and it comes off that beautiful thing from the corner thing.
Nico Schlotterbeck's first goal for his country on his 28th appearance.
How about that? It comes in a World Cup.
Not that time. Well, Curacao have recovered once before coming to the lead. There's the man who got the level for a time, Dominic Seal. That's a down full by Rue, then Schlotterbeck. Well, prior to this game, Germany had won 56 World Cup matches when scoring first. And the omens in that regard look positive. Salome's header in field for Havertz.
And also to that, they have come in on a 9-game winning streak, including that 2-1 friendly win over the U.S. 2 days ago.
Yeah, qualifying didn't start well for them, beaten by Slovakia, but after that they never looked back, the Germans. They've now qualified for every World Cup since winning it for the first time in 1954. Pavlovic to Diaz. Mecha. Oh, nice little works again. Obispo stopping in that time now. Juninho Bakuna, who's hassled by Mecha. Gonzalo takes the tumble, he's not going to get anything there. Do like the skill and the grip though that Mecha brings to that German midfield.
No question about it. He's been getting into good positions in and around the box. Here's another look at Schlotterbeck's header. And again, the whole key to this is him being on the move, static defender, but the other key is completely on mark. Somebody missed an assignment there. This was a simple header for him in the context of the big picture. But they had gone to him twice before, so this time they got some movement out of him. That's the center back's move, right? They come to games to break tackles up, marking man out of the game, but then they add a goal to it. It just makes the day even better to this point.
The delivery was great as well. He's used the pace on that, hasn't he, Zahara?
Pace was in the delivery. Just gotta make good contact.
Away in bids. Musiala has found a way through. Room will drop on it before the final Brown can get there.
Leroy Room, one-sided game here in Houston, where he made 15 saves against Honduras in the World Cup. And told me in an interview that, this has been a great city for me. Lots of good things have happened in Houston. Boy, Curacao.
And some by Janino Bakuna. Mencia. Bonville. Mencia again. Running at Kimmich. Janino Bakuna. Snapped up by Musiala. The Germans win back. Here's Vince. Brown sets up and on the outside. There he goes. Chased out by Piranhas. Back it comes to Pavlovic. Matchup. Pavlovic. Kimmich. It's looking to the heroes, but Piranhas stands his ground, but concedes the corner.
When you take people on like that, you're going to get corners. Germany's got a number of these players that can do this. They've scored a goal off the corner, and the more corners they get, the more opportunities you have to get Schwader back in the big center backs for it. Here he is again. And he's just maybe the ultimate target right now. He's got his head on 3 of these. One of them is going in. Starting in and around the penalty area.
Captain Ursula Kimmich to deliver this. Aiming for Schlotterbeck, who nods it down, and Curacao really need to try and get a grip on him.
They thought he was going to the near post this time. He circles and kind of makes a little semi circle to the back post. So he's got different movements. The Germans are fully aware of it. And to your point, Paul, 4 times on the board, he's just put a head on it. You got to go up with him, you got to get an arm in, you got to get an arm across him. You got to try and put him off because it looks a little bit too easy right now defensively for the Curacao.
Brown swings it over. Room gets knuckles on it. Musiala, home in his 4th major tournament for Germany. Driving on the outside. There's the fullback. And now Brown. And now Zane. And there's Pavlovic. Everybody wanting to go in German wide. And Hansen trying to alleviate the pressure as we head into 4 added minutes at the end of this first half.
I'm kind of smiling. You said everybody's having to go here. And those 4 players who had a shot at it. Pavlovic earlier had begged for it, didn't get it. This time he did get it. And again, Curacao just getting bodies in front of these shots.
Antonio Rudiger looking on.
Oh no, Antonio Rudiger is a very emotional player. He's playing it out on the sideline right now. It's a wonderful option to have off the bench.
Collected by Zane. Kimmich. Bispo is there for Curacao. In here though. Janino Bakuna managing to feed it down the line for Tanay John. Good battle with Tar, who felt the ball had gone out.
They better get back defensively because Chad is on.
Mencia. Hansen. And that's comfortable for Neuer. Havertz. Pushed on to Musiala.
If Germany can be a little quicker in transition when Curacao has players committed for it, like in that last sequence, I think they got to try to get to goal a little bit. Instead of putting your foot on it and recirculating it. I think the opportunity is there for them to do that. They recognized it. but they've been wanting to recirculate the ball as opposed to maybe getting the ball and taking a little bit more risk at times.
Brown flashes one across, matches onto it. Really good feet, takes it to the ball. The referee says penalty. Right at the end of the half. Germany now with a chance to really tighten the screw.
Here's Matcha. It looks like he's caught. I think it's Brazier who comes in. That's a right foot that clips him. Might be slightly embellished a bit, but there was contact. I think the penalty call was a good one. First look, it almost looked like he may have embellished it the big way, but after getting the replay, it's pretty obvious. There was contact.
Yeah, they are, of course, but had a close inspection of that. The ball has been handed here to Kai Havertz.
What you're doing here is you're trying to get one of your strikers unlocked in this tournament from the penalty spot.
Curacao. Big moment this for Germany on the cusp of half-time. And the opportunity to take a two-goal push into the break. This is right in front of the largest proportion of Curaçaoans, this, behind Eloy Room's goal. It's Havertz, and he rolls it in. He's on the ball in this FIFA World Cup. And Germany will go to the break 3-1 up.
Little collective sigh of relief here for Germany, but I think very much so they wanted to get Havertz to the penalty spot because both goals are kind of strange creatures. They need confidence. Little stutter step, Room goes left, and you described it perfectly, Paul, by saying rolls it in. They just passed it in, and it proves to you that not all penalties have to be hit hard. There was a little bit of a stutter that moved Eloy Room, and that's a big goal for Germany. Stroke at halftime, timely type of goal, very important.
And that is half-time. Well, Curacao may be trailing, but they are the ones leaving the field to a standing ovation from their followers. A historic first half of football for them, scoring their first ever goal in a World Cup finals. Livano Comanencia levelling the scores after Felix Mecha had opened the scoring, and goals from Schlotterbeck and Havertz have put Germany in control at the break here in Houston.
That's a good look first.
second World Cup team to score 4 goals in a match. Can Curacao make a miraculous comeback? We'll find out. But to inspire our German crowd and to get that nation of Curacao back in this game, they ain't got to worry about me. I got him over here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Rasta.
Hansen. Comes on to a huge roar. Scored a 4-0 win against Aruba in the 3 World Cup Grand Prix. Full-time world champions, Germany, get this second half underway. In the white, kicking from right to left. Penalty scored by Kai Havertz in the first half. Stoppage time, a real sucker punch for Curacao. Was hoped to have gone to half-time just a goal behind, but now it's a really big mountain for them to climb.
Yeah, they're going to need to get his next goal. The reason they brought on Jeremy Antonisa is because he can play on either wing. He's a one-on-one type player. He's a chance creator. He's got pace. He's an attacking piece that they're going to hope to get something out of here in the second half. And of course, he had a big moment here in Houston, scoring in the Gold Cup. And this was a historic match for Curacao. He scored in a 1-1 draw with Canada back in 2025, so he's had a great moment in this city as well.
Side for Germany. Kimmich, good ball. Musiala! Oh, how good was that? Musiala extends Germany's lead in a flash early in the second half.
Movement, mobility, timing, just a spectacular ball and a spectacular goal. And to get it this early in the second half, we spoke about the timeliness of goals. You got one at the end of the first, you get one right at the start of the second half. Kimmich had just got to get a left foot out to try to prevent the shot there. Just peels off, sticks it in the far corner here. The movement and the passing, exquisite. We really thought that Curacao might have been able to get a foot on that and get it blocking, but nonetheless, it's a 4th goal for Germany and a big one.
69 seconds from the restart. Germany 4, Curacao 1. This is Leandro Bacuna. Valencia dribbling through towards Chong. Well, the fact that 8 of the best third-place finishers go through to the newly introduced round of 32 certainly provides a lot of hope for some of the smaller nations. Curacao might be trailing now, but the door is still open for them to go deeper into the tournament.
Absolutely, that's one of the big changes. Talking about the Turkey result last night, which might have surprised a lot of people against Australia, but the thing is, Turkey's not out of it. You make a great point there. It's the safety net of the respective tournament. The fact that 8 third-place teams will advance.
Musiala. Musiala again. That's a good challenge from Janino Bacuna. Kimmich picking up the pieces. It's a momentary lapse from Kimmich. On the stretch. Really in Germany's favour.
It's going to be interesting to see what Julian Nagelsmann does here today, because he's going to have the luxury potentially of, does he want to keep playing?
Well, a free kick, that's the goal. But he is furious with his defenders for not switching off.
Huge lack of concentration here. Quick free kick. Romans are going for this, and he just gets his hands up and is able to carry this beyond the far post, fortunately.
Schlotterbeck of Borussia Dortmund. Now Florian Wirtz. Onto Nathaniel Brown. Cleared by Theranos. Tar. Really toying with their opponents now. Sponsors though that we need to send out a message. This time of this tournament.
They're just thinking of doing things quicker.
Havertz, Musiala trying to return it to him. Zane grabs it. And then runs out of real estate.
I think a lot of this for Germany now is Musiala, Wirtz, these players just getting rounded into even fuller form here, playing with each other, this golden triangle, and trying to produce goals like this. Musiala was maybe a controversial starter here today, his son. But that would move the argument in one direction. There's a lot being dependent upon with him. He missed a lot of qualifying through injury. He's got balance, he's got that agility, it's explosive over a few yards, and he's perfect in these types of games where we got to break down the lower block and play in small spaces.
Obispo. Struggling to break away. Well for us. The defender featured more than hit for Curacao in the qualifying campaign. Chong being dragged back there by Nathaniel Brown. Free kick to the blue wave. Shortly absorbed. Turkish second tier. Sahih John. Really wrapped that one into Bakuna. Juninho, who received it that time.
Everyone's not happy with the ball and the push there. But we got to go to Bakuna. The brothers, big staple parts of Curacao, the growth of this country as a soccer playing nation, being a part of what they call this project. You have to think now, qualifying for the World Cup, resources can be put into the game. There's going to be a lot of things that could maybe now put the Curacao to elevate and accelerate the sport.
It's a bounce. Excellent block from Leandro Bakuna. And Germany showing their opponents no mercy. Kimmich. Again looking for the run that time of Kai Havertz. There's Neuer. And obviously decided he's not seen enough of the ball recently, so decided to race up to halfway.